Hey guys, hope you're all well. I'm back on Greenlands Park for the end of week 2, and I'm pleased to report that week 2's gone really well, so no hiccups, which is great. Just want to say thank you as well to Gary, Dean, Frosty for all your support over week 1. It's very much appreciated. I know I certainly need the support. So I'm back on Greenlands Park. Just finished off the week with my easy pace run. All the noise you can hear of the kids playing football. So it's quite busy on here. That's all right, I only had to do a couple of laps, so that's all good. Just want to clarify something on my week 1's report, because I watched it back and I thought, I sound a bit arrogant there on certain things, but it's not that I'm being arrogant at all. When I talk about easy runs, I don't mean they're easy to do, I mean the pace is easy. So I can assure you that I definitely didn't find any of the runs easy to do, because it was my first week back training after a long time. So I found it quite challenging, but they were easy pace, so I didn't have to push myself particularly hard. Whereas this week, week 2, I've upped the tempo slightly. So I've done my first tempo run as opposed to an easy pace run, which is basically pushing yourself a bit harder, running a bit faster and getting your pulse going a bit more. So just wanted to talk a little bit about heart rate zones, because I think they're really interesting from a running point of view, and they can kind of inform the different types of runs you do. So heart rate zones, if you're not familiar with them, range from 1 to 5, 1 being the kind of like really easy heart rate zone where, you know, you're basically walking a bit like what I'm doing now, up to heart rate zone 5, which is like really intense, and you know, you're really going for it. But the higher up the heart rate zone, basically the harder it is to maintain that pace. So like walking you can do for, you know, probably hours on end. Heart rate zone 5, you don't want to be in there for very long, because you feel like your heart's exploding, you're really going for it. And I should say as well that heart rate zones do vary depending on your age. So a heart rate zone 5 for me would be very different to, say, somebody in their 20s. But I'll post a couple of links to heart rate zones, because it's useful when you're thinking about different types of runs, like easy runs, pretty much heart rate zone 2. Tempo runs, you're starting to push into heart rate zone 3, possibly even a bit of 4. And then obviously your really fast runs, you're going up to 4, maybe even 5 for a short distance. But it's those higher heart rate zones where obviously you burn, I'm going to sit down again, where you burn a lot more calories. So, but it's harder to stay in those zones. And the main kind of lesson from heart rate zones is that you need to do a range of different types of runs before something like a half marathon, to build up your stamina, but build up your speed, all that kind of stuff. And most smartwatches, I know I'm a bit of a sucker for Apple, but I should say other products are available, will tell you what heart rate zone you're running in. So keep an eye on that. So yeah, week 2, it's gone really well. I'm really pleased with it. I've kind of upped up to a tempo run. My longest run this week was about 5.5 miles. So gradually starting to build up that distance. It will be even harder in week 3. So I think week 3, I'm kind of through that initiation period and starting to get into the more serious runs. So I'll see how I go then. But the weather apparently is going to be very rainy next week, so I might do a lot more of my training in the gym. We'll see. So that's all to report for now. Hope you find heart rate zones interesting. Do check them out. And hopefully I'll catch up with you next week. Take care and keep running. See you later.